I can't believe that I'm sitting here in front of a camera, able to help somebody else change their life. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help people go into the places of themselves that they can't go by themselves and dig into the darkness. You know, as I was growing up, I was just kind of lost. You know, I felt like I fit in sometimes and I felt like I didn't fit in at other times. And you know, when I played sports, I felt like I fit in because I was good at the sport, and I got a lot of respect playing sports. I did do a lot of skateboarding and I got a lot of respect at that, and I was good at most things that I did. But then when it came into just general living with my peers, you know, sometimes I just felt like I wasn't totally part of the group. And as I kind of walked through life, I got into drugs and alcohol. And that seemed to work for a little while, and it kind of got out of control. I had to stop using drugs and alcohol because they quit working. And then I was really lost. I didn't know really what was going on. I was, you know, kind of angry with the world, kind of angry with life in general, wondering what is even the purpose of being here. I had to look around the world and I saw people that had money and people that were rich, I guess you'd say. They were kind of doing what they wanted, so it seemed to me. And I was like, well, this isn't really a free world like they say it is. And so I think the only way that I can actually be free is to have money and buy my way through life. And it seemed to me like even rich people didn't have to follow the law. They would buy themselves out of trouble, and they just had privileges that didn't seem like your average person had. So I made that a goal of mine to start a business and try to get rich. So at 23 years old, I had this desire, you know, and I was pretty restless with the world. And that's why I wanted to do this, because I didn't know what else to do. I used money that I made, not in a good way, to afford myself to build this small company. And as I built this company, things started changing a little bit. Started making pretty good money in my first year. I doubled that money every year for the next 13 years. And I had bought in a lot of things. I had, you know, started a family. But when I look back at those 13, 15 years of acquiring, building my company, I had bought in $1 million house, I had bought in a bunch of trucks, I had bought in a bunch of construction equipment, but none of it really filled the hole or the void inside of me. But when I look back, I can say, you know, my family, watching my daughters play and playing with my daughters and going on trips and doing those kinds of things, those things actually did do something to fulfill me. But then that stuff was lost in the dust because I needed to get back to making money and buying things. And no matter how many trucks I had bought, and no matter how big a house I bought, I always wanted more. And then I would accomplish those things, and then I would look at my life and I'd have to set a new goal of accomplishment or a new goal of a purchase. It never really did what I wanted it to do. And after I chased that, it came to an end. I ended up getting into some drug and alcohol trouble again. And within a short time, 5 years, I destroyed my family, I destroyed my business and my life in general. Which to me I look at as a positive thing now, and I had to rebuild. So as I went through the heavy work of, you know, self-introspection, I had to use somebody to help me go inside myself to places that I didn't know I needed to go. And we explored and we found some things that needed to be worked on, needed to be extracted, and needed to be discarded. And that all happened. 5 years into this, I can't believe how awesome my life is. I can't believe how I've changed. I can't believe the perspective that I look at life with now. And I can't believe that I'm sitting here in front of a camera, able to help somebody else change their life. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help people go into the places of themselves that they can't go by themselves and dig into the darkness, find their own truth, get in touch with who they really are and live a way different life. Very similar to what I'm living today, and I don't think this ever needs to end. I think it can continue for the rest of my life. So I just feel really good about that, and I'm blessed to be able to sit here and be able to help somebody. I think happiness is a skewed word, and I think society has a skewed view of what happiness actually is. I'm gonna say happiness isn't happiness, it's actually joy and contentment. I get that through finding who I am first, and then being able to share that with somebody else and help somebody else. I just want to be a good influence. The purpose of my life today is to do things that have meaning and to try to listen to my deep intuition in my heart and my GPS inside of me, and to just bring good things into the world. That's what it's all about.